Super Mario Odyssey, but I installed an impossible Kaizo themed mod called Superstar Mode that makes every aspect of the game harder. But that's not all. If I take damage at any point during the run, I have to start back over from the beginning. Can I beat this impossible Super Mario Odyssey challenge? Like any run, we'd start in Cap Kingdom, where the mod doesn't make it too much worse than a standard playthrough. There's extra enemies that are easy to dodge and a somewhat tricky jump to get to Top Hat Tower. The tower itself just requires you to do it without a capture, which isn't much of a risk when it comes to taking damage, and the kingdom ends with a topper fight where he has more hats. Cascade Kingdom also has some minor changes. We have to travel across the river to get to the back half of the kingdom, capture the dinosaur, and unlock the first moon with it. After we do that, the Madame Brittle fight is next, which is just the same fight, but you guessed it, more hats. After that, there's a really easy moon right by the Odyssey that we can grab and finish the kingdom. Overall in this challenge, these two kingdoms are really easy. However, they're dwarfed in comparison to the next kingdom, Sand Kingdom. Everything you see here on the screen that is sand hurts Mario. To make things easier, I preemptively came up with a route to help navigate this treacherous landscape. We get our first moon hidden back behind the Odyssey and do this really annoying set of jumps to the town. Our second and third moon are found inside, one in this pipe and another from planting a seed. After that, we'll take Jaxie over to the Oasis since he's the only safe way to travel around the sandy bits of the kingdom. We get one moon there before riding all the way to the back half of the kingdom to do this terrifying moon. Okay. Game, please. Next, we grab the Sphinx Quiz Moon and the Sphinx Treasure Moon, making sure to collect coins to buy more moons later. We then follow that up with two more terrifying jumps for two more moons. Now, we grab a couple of easy moons found in the ruins, do a kinda tricky sub-area in the back of the kingdom with more invisible forest, and finish off the kingdom by buying our last moon. Truthfully, I did not expect to make it this far in my first run because of how difficult Sand Kingdom is, but whatever, we take those. Next is Lake Kingdom, which is the main gimmick of turning all the water into freezing water. This means if we spend a few seconds inside, Mario will freeze, take damage, and we have to start over in Cap Kingdom. This makes normally easy moons like this one a lot more complicated. Most of the moons we get here are pretty low risk, however. There's this one underwater by some bullet bills. We do an out of bounds clip to get another underwater moon. We get another from a checkpoint we grabbed earlier, and we finally finish with the Rango fight, which if you speedrun this game as much as I have, is pretty easy. Wooded Kingdom is the next kingdom, and its gimmick is that it's purple. There's a few locations that are a bit harder like this section, but most of the difficulty comes from that Spewer boss fight being absurdly difficult. I am not going to do that boss fight. Instead, I prefer to do sub-areas like this one that I'm less likely to die in. Uh-oh. Well, okay, I guess that's fine. I mean, it was only the first run. Okay, we're back in Wooded Kingdom, and I should probably give this kingdom the respect it deserves. It's not as difficult as Sand Kingdom, but a lot of the challenges we do here are very difficult. You might think watching this clip here, there is an easier alternative to doing this section of movement without taking damage. This is the alternative. Or maybe this? This is also an option. Basically, I've looked over the moons, and what I'm doing here is what I'm most comfortable and confident with. I decided to move the moon I died on earlier to the end of the route, and it's still as sketchy as it was the first time, but a moon's a moon. The last moon we collect in the kingdom is in Deep Woods, surrounded by like 1,000 mummies way up here on an invisible block that I don't know how you're supposed to even find, but hey, those demons can't get me up here. The next kingdom is Cloud Kingdom, and while I could explain it, I think it's just more effective if I show you. You know. I forgot the clouds didn't last as long. Oh, that that just scared me so much. All right, it's 16 hits. All right, one more. Ooh, that's really annoying. There we go! Since I beat that fight by some miracle, we're headed to Lost Kingdom, which introduces this Poison Waves gimmick, though it's not that big of a deal since I've routed in moons that are overall super consistent that revolve around me reaching this checkpoint at the top of the kingdom by abusing a moon grab to gain additional elevation. So as long as I can get that, it's smooth sailing. This is not... No! Oh my gosh, that is really annoying. All right, well, we have to find a new moon to get. All right, so unfortunately, because of me not getting to the top of Lost Kingdom when the moon was there, I do not know how to get to the top of the Lost Kingdom without the moon there. So as a result, we're gonna have to go for a really annoying moon as a backup. You guys are gonna hate me for it. It's not this moon though. Moon's easy and in my route. I died. All right, whatever. I don't care. I was gonna die going for the moon I had to get as a backup. Easy? All right, so it's usually easier because the route I'll do, I will warp here and then go directly to that moon. So it will always be on the same cycle with the poison waves. It was not on the right cycle with the poison waves there. So it was not as easy as it normally is. All right, now this mod really sucks. Actually, never mind. This next run made it back to Lost Kingdom. Something I didn't emphasize earlier is that in spite of it being in the beginning of the run, Lost Kingdom can be viewed as the gate to late game. It's by no means the hardest kingdom in the run, but Metro Kingdom, Snow Kingdom, Seaside Kingdom, and Ruined all aren't changed in a significant enough fashion to impact the run. Metro, Seaside, and Luncheon only have different sub-areas, with the overworld being mostly unaffected, so we can essentially avoid all the hard bits in these kingdoms and minimize our chance of taking damage. Ruined Kingdom, on the other hand, is changed in unavoidable ways, but it's just making the arena icy, which isn't all that hard. Essentially, the point I'm trying to make here is that if we can beat Lost Kingdom, we have a very high likelihood of making it all the way to Bowser's Kingdom. And this run would do exactly that. After I beat Lost Kingdom for the first time, I had a little trouble making it all the way to Bowser's. Bowser's at first looks pretty normal, and that's because it is. The only thing that matters in this kingdom is the Mecha Brutal boss fight found at the end. It is undoubtedly the single most difficult thing I will do in this challenge. You see all that silver coloring on the mech? Yeah, that hurts Mario. So I have to beat the mech without touching the mech. Dude, that was so close. One, two, three. Hey, I actually avoided it. I wasn't expecting to get this far. No! This just became a lot harder. All right. Nope, there it is. Dude, the hitboxes are so jank if I can't get the strat. That's a tragedy. A few attempts later, by some miracle, I'd get another shot. However, this time it would be different. At the end of the fight, I was able to hold my ground on the last two bubbles and hit both expertly. After only 2 days of attempts, I already had a run to the end game, Moon Kingdom. The Mecha Brutal fight may just be the hardest boss of the run, but this is the hardest kingdom. The funny thing is, even though this is the end of the run, it doesn't feel like I'm at the end of the run. Probably because there's still like over 10 minutes left. I think it has more to do with the fact that there's just so much scary garbage left in the run. This is scary. Oh, you can just tell my movement is like slightly off, is the thing. So the issue is, I don't know if I can make that jump, so we're just gonna... That. Your dog believes this is the run, but you don't? I can't believe this. All right, so we have to fight 2 of these at once, which is not easy. Okay, I just gotta stay focused. Jeez, I do not like my current position. Oh no! Oh, I was so close. Dude, the freaking poison hitbox, I hate it. I got backed into a corner there. That sucks. The next day I would start up attempts again. We wouldn't get the run we wanted, but we were getting more consistent. Come day 5 and we were off to a fantastic start for attempts, immediately getting a run to Bowser's Kingdom. This would give us our 3rd ever chance at the fight, but I failed. I can beat this fight though, I've done it in a run already. 2 attempts later, I made it back to Bowser's, and this time we beat the fight and I have a 2nd chance at Moon Kingdom. Moon Cave really isn't too hard, but the boss fight at the end is still a bit of a problem. 2 hits in and I die again. My strategy on this fight wasn't working, and admittedly I didn't actually have one, but luckily I got some help. There is one person who has beaten Superstar Mode damageless, Reebox. He had a strat where he'd stand in the corner by one of the lanterns, making it impossible to take damage. 2 attempts later, 50 resets total, we're at Moon Kingdom again, and I'm ready to take on Madame Brutal with this new strat. So we learned a strat last time, so I just gotta do the strat right. This is probably terrifying if you haven't seen me do this before. Alright, come here. Come here. Come here. I don't want to leave. Like stuck. There we go. Trying to be very careful with like when I hit these hits. Alright, this should be the last hit on this one. So I need to make sure I do this in a spot that doesn't get me killed, which right here should be fine. Oh, he's stuck again. Can you stop getting stuck in the spot I don't want you to get stuck? Alright, he's unstuck, he's unstuck. Get back, get back, get back. Hog. I mean, the strat worked, but that's like so terrifying. It gives me so much anxiety going into like that area and just trusting that the chain chomp won't hit me, especially when I have to like jump a lot of the time to make sure that I can actually hit it. All right, let's focus. Scared about the camera turning here, which is why I didn't want to jump right away. No! I did that because it was the safe way. I did it in practice. Oh well, that's a tragedy. Unfortunately, this run would not be the run, but I was getting closer and closer to my goal. I just needed to get another run like this and successfully beat Bowser and the escape sequence without taking damage. Day 7, 72 resets. I take down the mech fight, I take down Madame Brutal, and this time Bowser falls as well. I had to make this one count. This is my first run that has made it to escape. All right, if I lose the run anywhere, it is probably gonna be in here, just as a heads up. This part sucks. Yeah, that sucks. Rip run. In spite of all my effort, this run would not be the run. But we were on the home stretch. It was only a matter of time. Gosh dang it. That sucks. That is not good. Okay, 1, 2. My game crashed? I mean, technically, I didn't take damage, but unfortunately, I am gonna have to redo the beginning of the fight again. Chat, it's not invalidated because there are no rules against what just happened. So you guys don't even need to be like, oh, but it's not valid. No, it's valid. Run's still valid. Like, heck, all that crash did was punish me. Oh, this is not the wisest decision here. I took damage. That sucks. What happened with Odyssey? I died, and I'm upset, so I'm taking pictures of dogs for like an hour. They got hard eyes. See, chat, this is how you feel better after losing your run. Oh my gosh, that's the first time I've seen that happen. All right, there we go. That's the Mad and Brutal fight. By far the sketchiest Mad and Brutal fight I've ever done. This part's very, very, very hard. So in case any of you guys are thinking like, oh, this is the run, like a 30% chance it's the run. All right, this part sucks. I might take damage for no reason, and I might take damage because I mess up. You got a good pattern? Oh, most stressful pillar room of my life coming up, because this is not easy in Superstar mode. That's it. There it is. Oh, there it is. We did it, chat. Oh, yeah, that was the most stressful pillar room of my life, that's for sure. Dude, that was so sketchy. As somebody who's done a lot of challenges like this, that are just like really just stupid hard, it always feels so good when you get it.